Buzzing with the boys, guys are back. We're nervous. Dan Orlovsky is here ready to go. Hawk is ready to go, baby. Shefty is in this morning as well. We'll be jam-packed, and I'm starting with Adam Schefter, setting the scene with some burning questions. Shefty, we're looking ahead to Sunday. We start with the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes needs a receiver. Will he have Xavier Worthy on the field?
Bruni, the Chiefs are preparing as if they won't have Xavier Worthy available for the Super Bowl rematch against the Philadelphia Eagles. He's got a dislocated shoulder. He didn't practice yesterday. Andy Reid had said he's day-to-day, but the fact that he didn't practice yesterday is not a good sign towards his availability on Sunday. And keep in mind, the Chiefs already are without Rashee Rice, who's serving a 6-game suspension.
And they're getting set for their Super Bowl rematch with the Eagles, who, of course, knocked them around last time. The 49ers, Brock Purdy, what happened here?
Brock Purdy's essentially considered a long shot for Sunday. He's dealing with left shoulder and toe injuries. Not only is he a long shot for Sunday, but Kyle Shanahan said he could miss multiple games. And if he can't start Sunday, that means that Mac Jones would make his first start for the 49ers. It's looking like Mac Jones versus the Saints.
That's a stunner from yesterday. And then, of course, we touched on it tonight. Micah Parsons against Jaden Daniels. How much should we expect to see Parsons on the field, Shefty?
Bruni, he played 29 plays last week, and the Packers have wanted to ramp him up. It's hard to imagine he would play less than 29. I think it'll be a slight uptick from what it was Sunday. But Commanders head coach Dan Quinn, who coached Parsons in Dallas, says he thinks the Packers should rest Micah Parsons. Short week. Why have him out there? No need to have him out there. I don't think Green Bay is going to oblige.
I don't think that's what the expectation is. And the whole world is basically going crazy over the performance of Micah Parsons the other day. Or should I say the whole world with one exception. Chris Mad Dog Russo not quite ready to anoint him or his team.
You guys are making Micah Parsons out to be Lawrence Taylor. He played 30 snaps. He played 30 snaps. Let's take it easy. Green Bay is right now the flavor of the month. Everybody thinks that the Packers are going to be the team to beat with the Eagles in the NFC. Let's put a little kibosh on it for the moment, and let's see how they handle it with Daniels, who might be the second best quarterback in the conference. Let's see how they handle it when he goes there on Thursday night.
Dude, first of all, one of my least favorite things in this job is when people say, well, let's see what it looks like. No, duh, let's see. What are you going to tell everybody they're really good after win the Super Bowl? Second of all, they destroyed the team that won 15 games last year. That is a sign of things to come, that they are plenty capable football team.
Yes. So, I mean, look, comparing anyone to Lawrence Taylor is probably a mistake because, I mean, no one is Lawrence Taylor until someone else is Lawrence Taylor. No one has been, and it's unlikely. But it does look like this guy is that kind of player, a guy who just destroys a game, and you saw it right at the beginning of their game with Detroit.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the special part about Micah Parsons being in Green Bay is because he doesn't have to do all the work. And when you add a player like that, you want it to be the piece, the missing piece to put you in the Super Bowl. Like, when you're watching the 3-and-out from the Detroit Lions to start this game on defense, they are flying around. This is not the right tape, right, to be clear.
That is the incorrect tape.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
That is the incorrect tape.
Here it is.
Here it is. All right, so these are the first three plays of this game. Look at the Green Bay helmets. As a defender, Will, what does this make you think? Look at Carrington Valentine come from the opposite side of the field to go make this play. And it's not just him. Boom, 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 boom. As an offense, you feel that. This is a defense that Hafley has flying around. So you add Micah Parsons into that mix, and when you see the sack he had, which he ran 36.5 yards at 18 miles per hour, it's because what they're doing is contagious. And with Micah Parsons, with a defense like that, he can do what he's great at, which is just go find the ball.
And what you were saying, too, what you're seeing defensively, enthusiasm, effort, relentless effort. And then when you add Micah Parsons to it, this is not new life. This is more life with Micah Parsons. You might think it's a mistake. You might think it's a mistake to compare him to Lawrence Taylor, but at this stage of his career, statistically, Micah Parsons is there. He played 29 snaps against the Detroit Lions. He caused 3 pressures and a sack. And on one of those pressures, Jared Goff throws an interception. Yeah. The dude is playing loose, and wait for him to get comfortable. What's it going to look like when he plays 90% of snaps? What's it going to look like when he's healthy and he's rocking with this team? That's what's going to be dangerous.
You look around the Green Bay Packers franchise, and everyone's excited. Should people be getting up on Sunday mornings and taking communion to a statue of Micah Parsons? I don't know if that is the case just yet, but when you bring a guy like that into the building, You have a guy like Rashawn Gary who's the other side, who is now going to fall into the shadows of everything. He's going to elevate the play of everybody else. I like Rashawn Gary having a double-digit sack season because of this. He elevates the play. Hawk, you showed it in those first 3 plays. First in the plays that weren't the plays. Now they were the plays. We got the correct plays.
We got the play.
We ended up getting the correct plays. But guys flying around the football, the enthusiasm, getting a wide receiver in the first round. People are excited about the Green Bay Packers because they should be excited about the Green Bay Packers. That's what it is.
How much does he play tonight will be a huge storyline because you're going against Washington. Washington's backbone, their foundation of their offense is no huddle. They ran no huddle more than anybody in the NFL last year. In week 1 last week, 36 snaps of no huddle, 254 yards and 3 touchdowns. So how much can he actually play? Does he get tired? They're going to make him run sideline to sideline. Does he have to tap out and then, okay, he can't get back on the field? Now, I think the second thing is you now got 2 people you got to pay attention to eyes-wise. It's Jaden Daniels and it's Deebo Samuel. And when they have both of those guys on the same field, it frees up everything else. This is that 4x1. You get pullers, and now look at how many defenders are left because they have vision on a Deebo Samuel or vision on a Jaden Daniels. That frees up so much for everybody else offensively. So this is happening in no huddle. So you've run 4, 5, 6, 7 snaps in a row. They're going at the line of scrimmage. You got to pay attention to Jaden Daniels. You got to pay attention to Deebo Samuel. How much are you shifting side to side? And now the defense maybe commits a little bit more to somebody that's not Deebo or not Jaden, and then that frees up free access for the pass game and allows your quarterback to get outside of the pocket, and Micah is no longer a threat. So for tonight, Packers fans, how much is Micah able to play? Does he get tired? How much is he running sideline to sideline? And can they actually get to 3rd and 5? Because if the defense can get to 3rd and 5, then they have a chance. If they don't, I lean towards Washington having a ton of success offensively.
Oh, you like them?
I had a take yesterday here. I want to see what you guys think of it. Whoever wins tonight sets themselves up to be the contender to Philadelphia in the NFC. We give them, Philadelphia's the big boys of the NFC right now. They're the defending champs. First game, maybe they didn't look at their absolute best, but they're the team to beat. Whoever wins tonight, if it's Washington, they go in there and knock those guys out, or if it's Green Bay, if they look that good again, they're the #1 contender to Philadelphia. Do you buy it?
Yeah, I buy that in a big way. This is similar storyline to what we talked about last week with the Ravens and the Bills. It's like, yeah, was week 1, but we're talking about playoff seeding here. When you have to win games or go home, who's going to be playing at home? That's what this game is going to help decide later in the season.
Yeah, I think we're obviously going to be talking about both these teams in the playoffs. We're going to get through the season, and this game could be a deciding factor who's going to have a home game, who's going to have some home field advantage. So I very much expect them.
Completely agree. I think the Packers are further along right now than the Washington Commanders when I looked at the film, both offensively and defensively.
Fair enough. The Commanders went further along in the playoffs last year, quite literally, to everyone's surprise, and they've got the quarterback back. There's one more thing I want from Shefty this morning. The story that I have said, Shefty, all offseason long was the most fascinating to me was Travis Hunter and his quest to become the first true both-ways player in the NFL that we've seen in generations. Last week we saw what he did. He played mostly on offense, a little tiny bit on defense. They're going up against Cincinnati this week with those great receivers. What do we know of the plan for Travis Hunter?
Liam Cohen, the Jaguars head coach, said yesterday that Hunter's going